Yo, what up? I am creating a newsletter business, and I'm going to give you weekly updates, even if this whole thing shits the bed. We are on week 10. Let's get cracking. All right, yo. So let's look at the stats from last week. I sent out a email last week, and the open rate was about where we're usually at. The click-through rate dropped at 4.3% or 4.4. Wasn't that great? Unsubscribes. That's not that bad at all. Going into this, let's look at the actual post itself. So if you look at the post, I think I'm going to start doing more of this, giving you guys an idea of what's happening here as far as content. So with the content, what I'm trying to do is this is a cooking newsletter, right? A food newsletter, but it's really an entertainment newsletter. So I need to entertain. Why? Why would I want to entertain in a cooking newsletter? It's a cooking newsletter. Why am I trying to entertain? I'm trying to entertain because I want people to engage with it. And why do I want people to engage with it? They engage with it. They like it. If they like it, that opens our opportunity to get more sponsors. At the end of the day, we need more engagement to get more sponsors. And so I do that by entertaining them. If I sent them out this newsletter talking about how to make just waffles, if I just sent them a waffle recipe, this thing gets zero engagement. So that's what we're going to look at. We're going to start diving into that more. This newsletter's topic, or that newsletter topic last week, was a story about this guy's grandson eating blueberry waffles, but it's not blueberries on the waffles. It's really mold. So that was the story. So you see this right here, right? The blueberry waffle, really that's mold. And so it's going into the story about how this happened. And it looks like I said, going from this is the overall stuff, the articles, we'll go through the article detail here in a second, but let's get to the performance. All right. So overall, the open rate, 61%. This is usually where we're at. This is not bad. We like this. The delivery on Beehive is really good. This is important from a tactical perspective. Right now, as I record this, there's a lot of issues with inboxing with AOL and Yahoo. And you would think, who cares about AOL and Yahoo? For me, it matters because I have an older demographic. I have a lot of Yahoo and AOL. So for Beehive to be inboxing with them at this rate, that's good. Anyways, the open rate was 61%. That's good. We like that. That's usually around the typical open rate we're hovering around. This was a low click-through rate. All right. And unsubscribe rate, this is good. We had like one person do spam. Unsubscribes, I don't care. We're going to get around 15 to 20 every time we do this. The spam is what we don't want. We only had one report. That's great. Now, this is what I like. We're going to start looking at this more, this click map. The click map is dope because you see the email and then you see where they clicked. So you had like two people want to read it online. They went through it. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Right here, these interesting articles. I'm interested in this, or interested in the interesting articles, because it's giving me an idea of what people are clicking on. We had 9 clicks on this old school video about this movie called The Jerk. Again, my audience is older, so you're going to see a lot of older type stuff. Things about people over 60, this, that, and the other. And so 9 people clicked on this old YouTube for this movie. And then 10 people clicked on this thing about sexuality, and only 5 clicked on the things about women. Then you had two people click on this image. Then, as usual, most people go down here and click on the recipe. Now, what I like here is I have this little PS thing here. I put it in a week ago. This is asking for people to give me referrals. Hey, man, 11 people clicked on it. I don't even care. Like, look, I'd rather, if I get one referral from this, that's one more person to the subscriber list that I wouldn't have gotten if I didn't ask. So to get 11 clicks, that's dope. And then 7 clicks here where people went to unsubscribe down here. This here is important because in the future here, in the next few weeks, I'm gonna start actually putting in some sponsorships. Sponsorships are basically people like who are gonna pay to be on my newsletter. I'm sure you understand what that is, but I'm gonna over explain. So again, I'm gonna pay for sponsorships, and these sponsorships typically come in something that we call CPC. So you have CPC and CPM sponsorships. CPC are sponsorships that when people click on, if you put a sponsors ad in your newsletter and then people click on it, you get money every time they click. CPM would be you just get money for how many people view it, right? I like CPM offers. They're a little safer. CPM offers are going to be a little safer, especially, and then be great. They're great if you have a massive list. That's good. CPC offers are great because they're typically not capped, meaning you could just get, as if people are clicking, you're getting paid. Where CPM are a little more fixed. If you have 1,000 people, they say, hey, we'll pay you $100 for every 1,000 people who see it. So if you have a list of 3,000 people and all of them happen to see it, well, the most you can make is $300. Whereas if you have a list of 3,000 people, but they end up through all 3,000 click, you can make $3,000. So more of an upside on CPC, but also more of a downside. More of an upside on CPM, but it's capped. Or there's a lower floor on CPM, right? There's less downside, but not as much upside. I think you know what I'm talking about when I'm trying to speak English here. Anyways, this upcoming week, we're gonna do a story about brownies. Not brownies. The recipe, I think, is about brownies. Yeah, the recipe is about brownies down here, but the story is about, you know how you go to the grocery store and they're asking you to donate. They're always asking you to donate for like children's this or whatever it is. So we did a story on that, and we'll see how it goes. And then also the articles will be about medical debt. There's an old school Led Zeppelin video, and then why long-term friendships fall apart. What you'll start to see with me is I try to focus on like sex and drama and nostalgia, things like that, maybe some traveling, particularly within the United States when I do these, and we'll see how this goes. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. I will be back for week 11. Appreciate you. Peace.